Hi, Julia. Welcome. We'll do our sound and video check. How are you doing? Oh, you're on mute. You're still on mute.
Yeah, that's better.
Better.
And I just share my screen.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll check
And, yeah. That one.
that.
Oh,
Yeah, I can see that.
you can see that
Yeah.
here. So, yep. Okay.
Yeah, I can see that. All right.
Here. Are you feeling better? Feeling a
Yeah.
bit better?
Yeah.
That's good.
We're all better, thanks. Oh, we've got some couple of people in
Cool.
the room. Wala El Hawari and Jane Long. Welcome,
Jane.
guys.
Cool. She's one of. Hello. Hello, guys.
Nice of you guys to join us this morning. It's awesome.
Sorry.
Now we're just checking. I think my computer honestly needs a coffee in the morning.
Maybe while we're waiting, if anyone wants to put in the chat if they do have any experience in creating just generative AI images, that would be good because I'm going to try and tailor the class to people that already know how to do the image side of it to a certain degree.
Oh, that's a great idea. I know I do, and Mike's here. Morning, Mike. That we do, but that would be a good precursor. Does anyone have any as we go? I'll just start with the housekeeping just to see if we let a few more people come in before we kick off. Um, let just sort of will introduce Julia. Well, she can introduce herself and kick things off. And as people have any questions, you can put your hand up or drop it in the chat. And if Julia, if you want to share any links, I can drop them in the chat for you. Or keep an eye on the questions for you if you need to, um, just to keep things moving along for Julia, but I'm sure she'll be happy to take questions at any point, and then we try to
Yeah.
leave questions at the end of time as well if there's anything else we need to cover off. And then we'll just, drop your thoughts in the chats. Have we got maybe we'll put a 1 in the chat. Yes, I do images. If everyone wants to drop a 1 in the chat. Yep. 1. Yep. We know AI art. Yep.
Yeah.
Great. And will you be talking to us about some of your favorite platforms, Julia? And
Yes,
some recommended platforms, yeah?
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. Because some of your work's incredible. So it's very exciting to have Julia here today. I'll just try to do a little bit of an intro from is it Margarita Media. Beautiful down here from Brisbane in Australia. Our regional lead and one of our cool, awesome partners at Shares AI is Julia Lewis, expert in AI and video and creativity. Her stuff is just beautiful. Oh, I should have my video on. Sorry, I didn't realize it wasn't on. So it's a pleasure to have her here today to do a session on videos and AI and all these good things with us. It's a question we get a lot. from everybody, I think, is the fun, creative, hot new thing that everybody is trying to figure out how to do. So really excited to see what you have to share with us and learn from you. Um, yeah, that's all I was going to say. So if you'd like to start intros and start for the people that are here, Julia. Oh yeah, we've got a couple more jumping in. So I'll let you take it away from now and go for it, Julia, if you're ready.
Great.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Julia Lewis, and for the last 25 years, I guess, have been a video producer. So I've worked in corporate broadcast. So, broadcast, what did I do? Sports. I've done economic stuff, so lots of documentaries. And so, my background is mainly predominantly video production. And then about 3 years ago, I saw the amazing AI platforms coming out. So I was dabbling in a few. One Night Cafe, which is an Australian founded one, and then also MidJourney. So MidJourney has been my predominant go-to platform. And as I was writing this presentation last Friday, MidJourney dropped the video capacity. So it made me have to redo my slides a little bit, but it's really, really exciting. So I have also been working currently for the last, I think, a year now on a documentary called Maggie's Music, which is an amazing story. It is about a woman that has 60 personalities. So she's got a dissociative identity disorder. So she writes music through her personality. So her personalities, her system of personalities, they write music. So we've been working on a documentary. As you can imagine, it's quite hard to create images to represent some of those, I guess, workings that happen in Maggie's brain. So AI and MidJourney has been helping me to, I guess, ideate and come up with these amazing, animations and images that I could not probably afford to do with the budget of documentaries. So it's been really helpful for me. And along the way, I've tried a few different programs. So what I'm going to do today is we're going to go through what AI video is, and how best, I guess, to use it. Some prompting. So prompting is really, as you probably know from video or imaging, is prompting is really important when you're trying to get an image that you want. And some of the really good tools and platforms that I use. We're also going to talk about what you can use AI video for, and also with a sort of storytelling focus, because I find it really helpful for that. And also just that workflow. So video production for me is, you either start with a script, you have like pre-production. So you start with a script, you figure out what sort of shots you want. Then you go into production, which is the filming, which in this case is more using the AI tools. And then post-production for me is still editing. So I still do use the regular editing software, so things like Adobe Premiere and things like that. So we're going to go through that little process and some tips and tricks for you guys. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So AI video, just by simple definition, it's just using AI to help create, edit, or enhance video content. I think of it just as a smart assistant that can understand your creative vision, because I can't draw. So my ideas are in my brain and I'm trying to get them out somehow on paper and on the screen. So it helps me to get those visions from my brain onto the page. And a lot of people in my industry at the moment, there was a conference yesterday that I was listening to, and they're all thinking about, AI as what's it going to do for jobs and things like that. And so I'm confident that people that use AI and the tools will actually use them, for good. They're going to use them using their creativity, and I think that if you keep up with the tools, you won't they won't replace any jobs. I don't think they're going to replace any jobs on set at the moment, because we have such big studios, and we've got like crews and things like that. So, but I think what it's doing is it actually enables more people to tell their stories. So it's helping those underrepresented people. It's helping people that might not have the opportunity to pitch their project to Hollywood or to Screen Queensland or wherever, and be able to tell a story using AI. So I really think that that's a great thing. So it's opening it up to more people. And then just, I guess for me, think of it as a video editor that never gets tired. So some of the automated platforms help with that. And, it can be used for a lot of different things. So I can show you along the way. So there's three different types of ways, I guess, that you can use it. So AI assisted, which is the most common. So, I mean, if you really think about it, AI is used in Adobe Premiere already. It's been used for quite a long time, as far as it allows me to transcribe large interviews, and then I can actually edit with the text rather than the video. There's a lot of AI capabilities within programs already that we're not even realizing. So you probably have used it. So like auto correction for color, smart cropping, all those sort of things have been around for a few years now. So you're probably already using it to a certain degree. Then the emerging side of it is that AI creates content from scratch. So that's amazing at the moment. You can type in to text what you want, and an image will be created. I guess the lack of thing is you can only sort of generate clips from about 5 to 15 seconds at the moment. So it's a bit limited in that way, but still you can tell really good stories with a lot of short clips. And then the hybrid approach, which I guess I use, which is you start AI generating your base content. So like I use it to create some ideas for, say, animation, or for the sort of storyboarding that I'm using. And then you can use, can edit manually, add in, Maggie has some beautiful music that we're using, so that's been recorded by musicians. So using that sort of side of it, which is the manual, normal sort of side without AI. So I'm combining those elements to create the best product that I could. So that's how I sort of use it. And then I guess some of those fears and misconceptions. So will it replace video creators? It sort of amplifies creativity. I've been seeing so many amazing videos out there at the moment, and I just think that, if you can use it to tell or show different images that you like, it's amplifying that creativity. And as I said, it helps with underrepresented storytellers. Is it too technical? No, it's really easy to use. So if you're scared to try things, don't be. It actually, because of the AI, it actually sort of, makes it more easy. A lot of the platforms are very user-friendly, so don't be sort of scared of it. And then I think the main thing as well for me with the ethics around it is, will people know it's AI generated? And I think transparency is key. If you say that it's AI, if you say that the say voiceover is created by AI, and then if you're using images that look real, you can make sort of videos that you can enter into AI film festivals and things like that. So it just depends on what you're creating, I guess, as far as that's concerned. And then if you want to start trying it, I would just recommend, having a go. There's a lot of platforms that you can actually trial. So try those. Discord usually has some good offers with, free trials and things like that. So look into that. And it's also cost effective for me. So like, as I was saying, I would want to use a full animation house, which is like, tens of thousands of dollars, and I can create those beautiful animations that I like, with a cheaper sort of way. It's not a click of a button. It takes a long time as well. So, but it's a lot cheaper than that. So I guess for you guys, if you think about, so you see so many videos and so many images on socials at the moment, but for you, it's what is your vision? So what is your purpose of this story that you want to put up on social media, or who's your audience and what do they care about? And then what do you want them to feel? So as a storyteller, you want to tell a story. You don't, I mean, people are putting video up, content up, but why? Is it just because it looks pretty, or do you want to tell a story? And then also, where's it going to be? So is it going to be YouTube? Is it going to be social media? You need to sort of know those things because of the format. So, whether it's vertical or horizontal. So is it going to be for e-learning? Is it going to be for someone's website? So, or are you going to make a short film? So thinking about that is going to clarify the quality, what you need, and we'll go into that in a minute. So think about what your vision is, because that will help, and the storyboarding side of it will help as well. So you might want to take a screenshot of this, because, and we could put maybe the subject. So it's a sample prompt template. You can use it for images as well, but for coming from a filmmaking background, I want to give the AI enough information because, I want a specific look to something. So, who's your subject, or what? It could be a character or a person, or what's your subject? What's the medium? So in a lot of programs, say Night Cafe, you can actually change it to like an illustration. I've just done some illustration work for a client recently. So what sort of form, is it going to be realistic? Is it going to be animation, 2D, 3D? What's it going to be? What's it going to look like? And then where is it going to be? So is it going to be indoor, on the moon, underwater? Where is it going to be? So the more information you give the platform, the prompt, the better. Lighting, I'll show you an example in a minute of what I mean by lighting. So that will really help you with, what sort of lighting it's going to be. Color, even. So do you want to do a black and white film? Do you want to do bright colors? So what sort of color? So you can even tell it that. And then AI tries to do a good job of mood or atmosphere. So if you say it's calm, it looks usually calm. If it's energetic, it'll give you that sort of energetic style. So also to think about your mood, your emotions, or atmosphere, that will really change the look of what you're getting. And composition. So for me as a filmmaker, I already know, if it's a wide shot, if it's a close up, is it an aerial shot? So giving it that information as well really help create the shot you're looking for. There's some really good tips and tricks that I'm going to have as a handout that we might put up on the She Is AI platform, or which has some, MidJourney has some really good help tips and things like that. There's some really good ones in Kling and a few others. So that they actually help you go through, what a wide shot is, things like that. So there's some really good helpful details out there. So just think about all that before you start prompting. And there's also, I think Amanda gave me this tip. So if you go into ChatGPT, there's a GPT, I think it's called, that's like for MidJourney, if you're starting with that. So it actually prompts you. So you just say, I want to do a video about a guy living on the moon, and it will say, are you going to, want to set it in the 1980s, or what do you know? So it asks you all these questions, and it actually helps you to develop the prompt before you put that into into the AI. There's also been a lot of questions about consistency. So if you use MidJourney, there's now Omni reference, which is really helpful. So you can put in this first image is of Maggie, our protagonist, and she, that was just a still shot from the video that we did. And then I've put her into MidJourney and used Omni reference to create some beautiful images of her that we can use for sort of social media and things like that. I don't know if people have used that before or not. I just might stop there for a second and see if anyone's got any questions about any of that. And then we'll sort of go more into the technical side of it. Not too technical. No, nobody's got questions. Okay. All right, so I'm going to show a short little video. So I created that about 6 months ago, but I was doing some work with domestic violence and awareness campaign. And so what I was trying to do was just, create that sense of sort of what a woman might be feeling. And so I used that to, those amazing images I wouldn't be able to use to create those in so the sort of, where she's standing in front of the mirror and things like that. So I've edited those together. So I've created the images, videos first, and then edited them together in something like Premiere. So it's a process. So that's what I'm sort of trying to show there. You can use, so these are some of the Kling ones that I've created. So product videos, you can get some nice images for products if people, if your clients are wanting to do product videos. Animation, so for Maggie's music, I've been doing a lot with the animation side. And then I've also, because my background is also e-learning, so I've done some videos for e-learning, which I think are really helpful. People don't want to read text anymore, and so videos are just helpful for people learning. There's other practical uses. So, you guys have probably already seen lots of social media videos. A lot are coming out. I don't know if the avatars are there yet, but, explainer videos of AI generated humans, and animated brand stories, event promotions. You can do trailers, things like that, and training. So I think the training side of it would helps a lot of people that may not be able to read this 2 pages of text in a hurry, and so the video will just give it a nice clear message. So I think it's got a lot of uses as well. So storyboarding, so it's, even because I come from a video production background, storyboarding matters. So Canva, if you're familiar with Canva, it actually has I'll show you, it has a storyboarding template that you can start off with. It gives you some ideas. So Canva's really good for that. But if you're trying to tell a story, you're not going to tell it in one image, usually in video. So it will save you time. So if you plan out what you are going to do, you need to plan out, say it's going to start with a wide shot, it's going to go into a close-up of something. So using the template to try and storyboard will help save time, and you know what you're looking for in generating that image first. So I use it all the time. There's also another program which I'll put at the end. It's called LTX Studio. For me, it's an AI product, and it has the storyboarding capability as well as the video. I think it's got VO3 built into it now. So for video, it's really helpful for creating that. But it helps you with that process of storyboarding. So you can do it AI, you can do it manually using a template, or you can use the Canva storyboards. But I really, take the time. If you've got a script, you can just work it out. Just work out, what shots you need before you sort of start dabbling, because that'll save you a lot of money as well with AI, because it's not cheap, some of the platforms. So just sort of having that idea. And also storyboarding, with writer's block. So it's the same thing with white blank page paralysis. So if you can't think of an idea, use ChatGPT or one of the other things to start the creativity. But this might help you as well to sort of plan out your ideas on paper or on Canva. Does anyone have any questions with that? No? Okay. As I was saying before, lighting. So this is a really basic prompt. And I was just trying to get some images. But if you see the top one, all I've put at the end of it was daylight. I just did this as an example to show you guys. And then, so the prompt is the same, similar, but this one doesn't have the daylight. And so you can just tell that it'll give you a little bit of a different lighting. So that, the prompt that I was showing you before, use, the lighting. Think about where they are. What time of day is it? Is it morning? What sort of light is it? So using that lighting idea will help as well. Okay, so, and this is what we're talking about with the workflow. So if you think of pre-production is your storyboarding. So if you have a specific idea, so say you're trying to enter a AI film festival and it says 5 minutes or 3 minutes, you're going to only have that 3 minutes to play with. So what sort of shots do you need to create, and how long are those shots going to be? So how long is your total video? Then how many shots you need to create that? So you might want a minute, and then, you might need 5 shots, and they're 2 seconds each. So it depends on what the pacing is going to depend on if it's action, it'll be fast editing pace. If it's more of a, just a product shots, it'll be a bit less fast. It just depends. So think about the total length of your video, figure out how many shots, and then the shot duration. So I think the standard is either 3, 5, or 8 seconds at the moment. So it just depends on, what platform you're using for that. And then what framing. So is it going to be a wide? Is it going to be a close-up? So a lot of people that I've been talking to, they're trying to create a video that looks like it's edited all in one shot. So that's not going to, that's not going to be viable. It doesn't work that way yet. It probably will soon, but I haven't been able to get it to work like that yet. So thinking about the shots, and then you need to edit them together. So, think about usually anything you watch these days, like, movies, things like that, it always usually starts with a wide location shot. So where are you setting the scene? So then, you go into a close up of the person, or, so then once you know what sort of, say it's a wide shot, then where do you want the camera? So this one would be eye level. For this woman, you could have an aerial shot of her. You could have a pan or a tilt. So understanding the terminology, and I'll show you where to find that information if you don't already know it. That will really help you to get some really cool different shots. Especially the aerial ones. They're a lot of fun. So, and also, where is your end product going to be? So if you're making a movie or a short film, you want it to be horizontal. If you want it for socials, it'll be vertical. So also that will save you a lot of time and money in the AI creation side, to know exactly what size you want.
Julia, we've got a hand up from Linda just to
Oh, cool.
jump in for a
Sorry.
second.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, how are you, Julia? It's
Good.
nice to see your face.
Thank you.
I have a question. I've got a job that I'm going to do where I have some merchandise that probably will require not maybe the 3D version of doing a video, but I think in 2D, adjusting the light around it. Do you have any recommendations on um, how you talk about that? I mean, are you talking angles, like 90-degree angle, 45-degree angle, or how do you do that?
So you want the product stationary, sit still, and then you want the camera to go around. Is that what you're
Mhm.
trying to do? Yeah.
And the light
Right.
would adjust.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah, so I'll show you in a minute in Kling.
Okay.
So yeah, but
Okay.
definitely we can do that. So yeah, so knowing that, what you want, and what you want to get out of the camera, and the camera movement. So usually they call that camera movement. So if it's tilting or panning,
Mhm.
zooming in, those sort of camera movements. Um, and then also remember, so if it's for a client, so our standard, if you're going to make a short film, things like that, it's called 1080p. But unfortunately, some of the AI platforms only can do, like, say, 540p. So the quality, if you're upscaling it, is going to be less, if that makes sense. I'll show you some examples. But so just always have a look at what the output of the AI tool or platform is before you sort of subscribe to it, depending on what you want to use it for. Does that make sense? Hopefully. Okay, and so what do we got? We got pre-production. Production is just basically, so this is what I was going to show you, Linda. So that's so what you want to do is, usually MidJourney's thrown a spanner in the works, but usually you import your image, or Kling, I guess, as well. But yeah, usually you import your image that you already have, say a person or a object, or and then you will tell the platform what you want it to do. So then you add your camera movement, your prompt. So let's see if I can get that to play again. So that is, I've got that. So if you want to do a screenshot, Linda, so I've got truck left, and it's a tracking shot. Ooh. So it's a tracking shot. I'll show you in the actual program in a minute. But yeah, so that was through Halo, which I find is quite good sometimes. So there's that sort of size. And also, before you hit that generate button, there's usually defaults. So sometimes you can change it from 5 to 10 seconds, depending. So just make sure that you're not making a 10-second shot if you don't want to, because you're going to chew up your credits a bit. So just make sure you know what you want to, how long the shot's going to be. This was just a text to video back for KlingAI 6, but I just, I don't know if that's going to play properly. But that was just, I was having a go of text to video rather than using an image, and it's not bad. It's not playing properly at the moment, but the quality, like the guy's a bit fuzzy. I wasn't really sort of impressed with the quality, but I'll show you some other ones that are coming through from other platforms. And then, so I've got two examples here just to show you the MidJourney images that are now being able to, you're able to create through MidJourney. I created that one on the left, just, I did it automatic. So there's two things you can do. Oh, it's going back for me. There's two different ways you can do it. So there's an automatic in MidJourney now and a, actually I might show you. Now, if I share, does that still share, or can you see MidJourney at the moment? Yeah.
Yep, we're on MidJourney now.
Okay, so say you've got an image that you click on the image, and down the bottom, you've got low, manual, and auto. So I would, you know, so for that one on the left, I used low motion auto. For manual, when you hit low motion, it lets you create. So if I wanted to just, you know, put in here, zoom in, you know, all those things that I was talking about before, you know, telling it what you want, and then hit the create, it would create through the prompt. So there's two different ways. So auto you could try. So auto gives you 4 images. So here it gives you 4 images to choose from, and depending on which one, you know, you want to use, you can pick that one. At the moment, when you're exporting, use download video for social media rather than download raw, because the raw it gets compressed when it goes back up to social media. So just check that you're exporting the right one. That will help with the quality if you want nice quality. So yeah, I'll go back to
Julia, just jumping in with the questions.
yeah.
Answer them now, or you might touch on them at some point. So one, is there a great resource for terminology on camera movements, lighting, like this lighting, or tilt this way, pan that way, roll, move back in and out that way? I know there's lots of YouTube videos, guys, that do talk you through different camera movements and prompting guides, but I don't know if you have any particular resources that are helpful for
Yes.
us newer
Yeah.
people to understand that those kind of movements and things.
Yep.
In the second question, Linda's, I'd love to know how you manage the movements of multiple people in a video. Good question. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard. But yeah, we'll have a look at that. But yes, I definitely have a good resource at the end for finding out about the camera movements and the angles and things like that, definitely. And we'll touch on Linda's one in a minute. Yeah, so just production. So just KlingAI now has sound effects. So I had this image to start with, and then I just said the camera slowly zooms in as the lightning crashes onto the giant, but it gave it these sound effects. I don't know if you can hear those, but gives you some interesting sound effects, which we'll touch on in a minute. And there's some just more examples. So the animation side, I really like using, you know, prompting, just being able to animate. And what I really found was cool is that if you know what to ask, so this one on the left-hand side, it's a pull focus. So I found that really cool in another program called Runway ML. So Runways, I think they have done deals with, Lionsgate and things like that. So they are one of the ones to watch if you want to sort of do short films and stuff, because they've got some really good quality. And a pull focus to me is hard to achieve. So it goes from being close up on the drink and the eggs to her face. So it's a quite hard move for anyone to achieve. So the AI did a pretty good job. So hang on. So I was just going to show you. That's just some. Okay, stop. Stop. I don't know how to get it to stop. There we go. All right. Hopefully it'll stop. Okay. So post-production, so editing. So I've got some handy hints for people that don't know how to do editing, or they want to just do quick, easy editing. There's a couple of things. So CapCut, which you might already be familiar with social media. CapCut has templates, so you can put your videos into the templates. Canva also has some, so for video, so you can use editing for that. Edits, which is a new-ish program through Insta. So if you look up Edits by Instagram, even though it's by Instagram, you can actually just do it on your phone. So you can just bring in the videos, the shots, edit them up, and then export it. But it's not just for Instagram. So you can actually export the MP4 video. So that's a really good one, and it's free. So that's a handy one. If you're not quite, familiar with editing, Adobe Express is a lot easier to use and a lot cheaper. And then if you want to start looking really into DaVinci, into editing, DaVinci Resolve is a free version. There's a free version one. So all of those are pretty, cheap and easy to use. So that the one I just showed you was a CapCut template, and I just put the images or videos in there. So there's a lot of ones that are easy to use. Just bear in mind, I think Edits and CapCut only do vertical. So just remember as well where you want it to go at the end. Also, there's music that you can generate through Sono. 11 Labs I would recommend for voiceovers or sound effects. It makes some really good sound effects, birds chirping, whatever. 11 Labs is a good one. And just make sure that you are exporting the correct format. So I might put that one in the chat, but I can't see the chat at the moment, Amanda. So I might do that that link in the chat in a minute, but that's like a guide to tell you what size, say for YouTube or things like that. Audio.
I cannot wait to see what the future of AI and creativity will bring.
I don't know why they're both playing at the same time.
I cannot wait to see what the future I cannot wait to see what
audio I would recommend
the future of AI
11 Labs
will bring. New forms
and
of
as
expression.
I was saying, Kling does sound effects by itself, so you can turn it on and off. I will just show you. Is that still sharing with the Kling one? So when you export, it's somewhere there. Text, video. You can turn the just make sure you've got, there we go, sound effects. Turn it off if you don't want it. So yeah, just make sure that's either on or off, but it gives you some good sound effects. That's what I wanted to show you. So this is one I was just trying last night. if you tell it that you want an ultra realistic GoPro point of view, it gave me this, and it was really good quality. I thought this is Kling 2.1. And so I think you've also got to know cameras a little bit. So, if you want a GoPro Vision or something like that. So, and I'm pretty sure Kling's the one I'm going to recommend. Does everyone know about serif codes in MidJourney? Yes.
Yeah, drop in the chat if you want to know about srefs and styles. No, might cover it off quickly because we got a
So what I was
yeah.
going to say is, if you want to find out more, it'll be in the MidJourney help guide. But if you use serif codes, it's handy to make your images all look the same. So what I mean by that is, oh, hang on, sorry, I'm not sharing. So that gives you an example. So if you're using this serif code at the end of your MidJourney prompt, you'll get this black and white sort of image. If you're using, like that one was with no serif. So if you use that serif code at the end of each image in MidJourney, it will give you the consistency that you need for your video. So if you want it to all look, black and white, or all look a certain tone. So, when you do color grading and things. So have a look at serif codes, and I'll put these in the chat right at the end in a second.
Oh, yeah. And we'll put that in our resources link in school for anyone like there, and put all these SREF libraries and resources and links in there for everyone as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So just to finish off, handy hints and tips. So most platforms have free trials, and they all do different things. So just find the platform that you like the most, or a couple, then use their learning guides, because they're all going to be a little bit different. Not the frame size and the camera movement, but just how to use them. Also go to some, like if you're not sure how to do things, I use Discord. So for the channel for, say, MidJourney, or for Kling, or so go to the Discord channel, because there's so many people in there. You can just always ask a question, and follow others on social media that have a style that you like. And then I've also been competing in, I think, Linda's challenges, some of her amazing challenges, and a few other people. And it really helps to grow your skills, because you're thinking, okay, you've got this thing that you need to create. How do I create it? And it's really helpful for building your skills. And then if you're not like an artist, or, you don't know your different styles, Night Cafe has some amazing styles. They are the best because they came from an artist background. So use Night Cafe to just explore different styles of art, I think. That's a good one for that. And then, questions. Has anyone got any questions? So I've got some, what do you call it, links for you for some of the Gen AI platforms that I recommend, which we'll put up in school for the She Is AI people. I've got some links there. So KlingAI, Runway ML, I would really recommend. If you want to do a screenshot, you're welcome to. Higgsfield, I'll just quickly touch on. Higgsfield is really good if you don't know. So Linda, Higgsfield AI, it actually has so many camera angles.
Oh, great.
That you can just try.
I haven't even tried that yet.
Yeah, it will help you, I think.
It would help. I actually just wanted to say that Kling now has a cheaper, like you can practice on less expensive level.
Oh,
So
does
if
it?
you're kind of getting started, they've reduced the cost per iteration for a lot of like the beginning level, and it's a lot, you aren't using so many credits. So
Oh, great. That's good. Yeah, because I know MidJourney 2 now has draft mode, so that's really handy for credits because as you probably realize you'll want to be making videos all the time. But and yeah, so Higgsfield would be really good, I think, Linda, but you can just send me a message as well and we can work out some ideas. And runway is if you want a specific movement of camera, I still think that that is the best, I guess. So it just depends on what you want to create. Sorry, I'll stop talking for a minute so that people can ask questions if they want to.
I've got a random one, Julia. When I animate something or someone's looking away from the camera and it animates them and they turn around and their head does a 360 on their body or their body does something weird, and I'll do it again and it won't do it. And I know the generators are random. Can you control that or try to not have those sort of weird distortions happening? I know in the prompt I go, don't morph, don't distort, and it still does weird
Well,
stuff. Is there a way you control that sort of thing?
yeah, I did one yesterday. I'm just trying to think where I did it in. Maybe no, I don't think where I actually did it. Hedra. So I think I just wrote the eye contact. The person doesn't lose eye contact. Is that what you want to do? You want the person to keep looking ahead?
Well, it was a video where she was looking away from the camera and I just animated it quickly and I just thought something in the background would move and she'd just stand there and look all cool. But she did like the camera, she just did a complete like head twisted around and her body twisted around all weird. I was like, oh, I don't want that to happen at all. And it just kind of does its own thing sometimes, which
Yeah,
I
so
know, but yeah.
try
Um,
that the eye what did I just say? The eye contact. She keeps eye contact.
Yeah, Exorcist. Yeah, it's really like Exorcist. It's a
Try that
weird
one.
stuff happens. So, is it essentially, I'm asking, is it just about the prompting and sometimes it's a bit hit and miss and just keep going till you get it right and sometimes weird stuff happens, but it's just kind of annoying. Like everyone else's videos come out looking so awesome, but that's probably after lots of iterations, right? And
Yeah,
I
yeah,
still
yeah.
expect like better quality on, but I have to practice
No, I
a
think
little bit more.
also the planning, the knowing what you want. I think MidJourney will help overcome that as well because of the four. You get four different videos
Mm,
to choose from, so
yeah,
that
that
helps
does
as
help.
well.
That
And
does help,
yeah, it's
yeah.
still a bit of prompting, but yeah, I guess prompting is the key. Knowing what you want is the key, and then so that you're not spending those credits as well.
Mm. Yeah. Does anyone else have any questions at all or drop in the chat? That's a good question. Low motion, high motion. Do you want to talk to
Oh
that in
yes, yeah,
different motion and
yeah.
movements and
So
things like
high
that?
and low is
Yeah.
just the so in I think they might be talking about the MidJourney one. So high motion just means that it's faster. So I've had a play with both. I'm just trying to think if I've got an example. No, not that one. I think I did. Where is it? See, you can see I've done a lot. The high motion one, where is it? Because I was playing with it. Um, maybe.
While you're looking for that, I got another question you guys video people might know is you can pick an image that's going to turn into a video well or not, because sometimes I pick one, it turns into an awesome video, and then the next one I'll just do something weird and random and I go, oh, that was a bit of a dud. Is it really hit and miss about like, oh, I see that pretty picture, I'm going to animate it or I'm going to make it move, and the results, am I again, it's hit and miss because I'm not prompting it right, or are you picking certain images that you know are gonna, oh, that's gonna turn into a good video? Like,
I think less is more. So if you've got a really good image and it's really high quality, so you're talking about like AI generated images and you're just trying
AI
to.
image that is like this, it's pretty artistic and it's got some pieces in there that you would imagine it would move and look pretty cool, and then sometimes it just how it animates it is like, oh, Oh,
Yeah,
dumb. So it's
so
either that's a prompting or the image wasn't quite, or is too much going on or not enough, or it wasn't quite the right image to animate, or I didn't prompt it right. So
yeah, so I think trying to, so once you've got that beautiful image, less is more. So I think, just saying, the trees are rust, or like the leaves are moving, or just give it little prompts, and maybe just a slow zoom in, just something so that the whole thing's not trying to do too many things at once. So I use slow zoom in a lot. Depending on what you want, just say you want a little bit of movement, but you want the other things. So I think Kling does the best for that. So I'm just trying to find one. Um, Kling does it better because you can give it lots of camera movement as well as, I want this to fly around the screen, things like that. So Kling, I don't know if you use that, but that's a really good one for that sort of stuff, because you can give it a lot of camera movement as well as the you want things to move within the scene as well. I think that's been the best one for that. I'm not sure about the other ones, but I use Runway ML more for camera movement. So yeah. Anyone got any
that's
other
awesome.
questions?
Any other questions? Come on, guys, there must be some.
Um,
These
I was
tests.
I was just gonna chime in, but then Jamie took the words right out of my mouth. I was gonna say the exact same thing. This was into your question, Amanda, about having that really great image and then you want to animate it and it ends up doing something crazy or whatever. Usually when I am creating images, I'm already creating them in motion. So I'm kind of giving the AI hints about, what I want that image to do. And of course there are times where I may just come across an image I created a long time ago and I'm like, oh gosh, that would be great, if I animate that one. But I agree with Julia. I also will then put it in something like Luma to minimize the amount of motion because you're going to get a lot of motion in Kling, you know. But I'm in love with MidJourney all over again, and I just love their video. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, super
Yeah. The
cool
only
thing.
thing
Very
at the
good
moment
tips.
for me is I I want to be able to, sometimes you just want to be able to, I've still got to get the prompting right for MidJourney because it's just come out a week ago. So I'm still playing with the prompting. And that'll be another learning curve. I think the main thing is we've got to be agile with this stuff and just keep learning.
Mm. Do you just ever just do no prompt and see how it animates it, or you're always going to use a prompt to craft it? Otherwise,
No, if you're not, yeah, if you're just getting inspiration, yeah, I just put, MidJourney, it's got that auto thing now. Kling, I think as well. You can just put the image in, and it'll do something random, which is fun.
because I've done some random ones, but I usually always prompt it. And I did like as at Runway that had like direction or movement. You could highlight a specific piece that you wanted to move and some bits and not others. I like that to kind of specifically control it. Um, but then there was, yeah, prompting about camera movements, and there was some presets as well, wasn't there? Prompting that you could use their little templates and stuff, which was quite helpful. But I'm still figuring out the MidJourney. I think someone in school dropped a MidJourney video guide. I don't know if there's good guides out yet, or it's still so new and everyone's kind of feeling out what works best in MidJourney video. But I've been playing with that too.
Yeah, the MidJourney, yeah, has now on their website a guide for video. And then I was just trying to think where that other guide is. Oh, there we go. The guide. So actually, out of all the guides, an
You're
Australian
not sharing,
company.
Julia.
Hello, you got a question?
Oh, I thought you were showing where the guides are, and I was saying that I can't see that.
Oh, sorry. Here. There we
There
go.
you go.
So
Thanks.
yeah, take a screenshot. Leonardo AI has the most amazing YouTube channel. It's an Australian company. I think it just got bought out by Canva. But I met one of the project guys the other day, and they have such an amazing community on Discord. They are always really helpful. So Leonardo AI, and I'm trying to think also. I don't know if it's Luma. Maybe Kim will know whether Luma has a really good learning hub as well. Yeah, learning hub. So they will give you the camera angles and things and that sort of stuff. And I'll put some of this up on the school community page. But yeah, it's a really good helpful videos and things like that.
Yeah. Linda, is that question, do you know the address for Leonardo? Do you mean the URL?
I think if you just type in Leonardo
Yeah, Leonardo
AI.
AI. Yeah. Is that what you mean,
Sorry, I
Linda?
might have it. Actually, it is in the
Leonardo
handout
AI.
that I've created. It'll have the links to Discord or So yeah, I think it's just leonardo.ai.
Yeah, it was an image generated, but it obviously has some video models in there now, right? Because I have used it
Yeah,
just for images, but
yeah, it now got video as well.
yeah, nice. Anyone else got any other thoughts or questions, guys? This has been fantastic, Julia. Such
Thank you.
detailed slides. Thank you. There's a lot of effort, and that's really helpful. And love to put all these links and resources in school and for everyone to remind ourselves and go back to, because it's an awesome list of references and things to
Thank you.
remind ourselves. Yeah, very awesome. Anyone else want to chime in with anything? Make sure we've heard from everyone. Any thoughts or questions? Yep, we'll put them in school. Everyone, recording and resources in school. Thanks everyone for joining
Yeah.
us. Yep, thank
Thank you
you for
so much.
coming. That's amazing. And thank you so much, Julia. It's been an epic session. Yeah,
Thank
well
you.
done, well done. Great job, Julia. Yeah, thank you everyone for coming and joining us. And hopefully maybe you drop a video creation in school and show us what you've learned, or a new style or a new camera movement. Jamie, maybe go have a play, pointing at some of you new ones. Go and play and show us what you come up with. And yeah, no, it's fantastic. And thank you everyone for spending the time and
Thank
hanging
you.
out with us. Yeah. Thank you, Julia, again. It was
Thanks,
fantastic.
guys.
And we'll put all this in school for everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you. See you.
Thank you.
Bye.